What's going on, everybody? This is the Rags to Riches podcast with Kamel Shiwa and Philip Amorm. Say hi to the people, Phil.
How's it going, guys?
We are the newest betting podcast around. We talk about EPL betting with maybe a little bit of
A little bit of FA Cup.
a little foreign bets.
You know,
foreign
a
bets
little bit of those big games.
Absolutely.
You know, like that.
Absolutely.
Your
The top five leagues.
Clásicos,
Yes.
Your Bayern Clásicos.
Absolutely.
You know, those interesting matches.
So we are starting. Today's date is January 30th. We are 1 day away from the transfer deadline for the January winter transfer. So we are coming in hot with a huge BPL weekend. A huge
It's bad. It's rough out there. It's rough out there,
BPL
man.
weekend. Let's get ahead. So the February 2nd weekend, we have some big matchups. We are going to start off with the first at 6:30 a.m. This is Central Time. Coming in at you. Tottenham versus Newcastle. Tell me what you think of that matchup, Phil.
Come on, man. I think it's a bit of a no-brainer here.
Okay.
You know, Tottenham, they're gunning. They're gunning for that top four spot.
They are,
They're gunning
absolutely.
for the trophy. They're not far off. Top three, top two. You know,
Yep.
now the City's falling a little bit behind. Newcastle, not doing so hot either. I think Tottenham's going to win this one easy. And maybe more than 2 goals.
I might argue, though, Phil, that Newcastle did beat Man City.
You know what? They did beat Man City, but I think...
And also, sorry to interrupt, Dele Alli and Harry Kane are out of the Tottenham lineup, as well as Ben Davies. Do you think that will affect the boys at all?
Man, Newcastle can... I'm going to agree with you there. They beat Man City, for sure.
Yes.
And it's very important fact that they beat Man City.
Absolutely.
Do I think they could pull it off 2 weeks in a row, though? No way. Imagine how gassed you'd be after beating Man City. Even better team, arguably, than Tottenham. Yeah, you're going to have that oomph. You're going to have that morale.
Absolutely.
But Tottenham's going to be hungry.
Tottenham's hungry.
And I don't think Newcastle's got it in them to dig deep and get that second win.
I think I agree with you there, Phil. My bet is on Tottenham versus Newcastle at 6:30.
Absolutely.
All right, next bet. This is a hard one. This one I think we're going to argue about maybe a little bit. Everton versus the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I want you to start this one out, Kamel.
All right. So there are no significant injuries in the Wolves this weekend. I've bet against the Wolves before. I am a betting veteran, I would say.
Okay.
Every time I bet against the Wolves, it's gone very poorly. So that being said, I am who actually are the underdogs? The betting underdogs are the Wolverhampton Wanderers. I am going to bet for them.
I'm also, you know what, Kamel? Surprisingly, I'm also taking Wolves.
You're taking the Wolves.
I'm taking the Wolves. You know what, man? They've beat some big names.
Absolutely.
They've beat some big names.
Absolutely.
Let's just take a look here. What they've done. They're on hot form. They've beat West Ham, beat Leicester, beat Liverpool. They did take a 3-0 spanking to City, but they got a red card that game. You know, not so hot.
Wasn't their game. Wasn't their game.
Wasn't their
Absolutely
game. That was an off day.
Might I add, Roman Saiss, Moroccan international, plays for the Wolverhampton Wolves, so I will always back a fellow Moroccan.
I like to hear that.
And
I
hey,
love to hear
absolutely.
that.
And you know what? And Phil is a big Ronnie poster behind us. Phil is a Portuguese proud international, and I think the Wolverhampton Wanderers
Portugal
are...
B.
Portugal B.
There's no other way to put it.
Absolutely.
They have at least, 6, 7 Portuguese players? Portuguese coach?
At least.
All that Portuguese mentality, man.
I thought Pepe was going to Wolverhampton. I wish. I'll take a sip to that.
Next up, we got Chelsea and Huddersfield. And this is a very interesting one. You know, Chelsea hot off a 4-0 loss against Bournemouth.
Absolutely they are.
Absolutely disgusting.
They looked like shit.
They look so bad. Higuain's first game.
Yes.
Since getting transferred.
No, he played an FA Cup game where he also looked like shit, just to remind you.
But he did not start that FA Cup game.
Phil, let me just remind everybody, who is your favorite team in the world?
I'm a Chelsea FC
He's
guy
a big,
through and through.
Big Blues guy. We
Yeah.
got a big Blues guy in the room. That being said, they did lose. We are filming today. Yes, they did lose today.
4-0.
4-0.
4-0, and it was a brutal display.
To Bournemouth, absolutely.
Brutal display. Higuain gets subbed off, not one shot.
No.
Not one shot. And when you hear that, it's just really hard to pick it's hard to pick Chelsea, but again, you're coming up against Huddersfield.
That being said, Huddersfield's form in their last 5 games, they have had 4 losses and 1 draw.
Exactly. And Chelsea's going to bounce back. Like, they're going to be strong.
Absolutely.
Sarri's going to be in there kicking their ass. I was reading an article, actually, Sarri sat in the change room at the end of the game
Yes.
with the players for 45 minutes after the game was over, kicked all the other staff out, just Sarri and the players. And
Sarri
he's
and
just going in on them for a
Absolutely.
pathetic performance, really, because it just didn't work at all. And
So you're telling me that you think the boys will be bouncing back?
yeah, they'll be bouncing back. I got Chelsea beating Huddersfield there, hopefully by 2 goals. Wouldn't be surprised though if it's a 1-0, a 2-1. You know
what, Phil? I'm going to pull up my wild card here. I am going to say that Chelsea will win, and Higuain will score 2 goals.
Wow.
I'm going to personally bet on Higuain scoring 2 goals. That is going to be in my parlay this weekend.
You know what?
Can you back me on that?
I can't.
You can't back me on the.
I'm a huge. I'm a Chelsea. I'm a Chelsea boy through and through. You know this.
Absolutely.
But I can't back you on that because I just don't see Higuain getting to his performance yet. I just don't see him reaching that peak yet, reaching even a good goal scoring mentality yet. It's just tough. It's just tough. I think they're going to scrape this one away.
They're going to scrape it away.
They're going to scrape it away. It's going to be a bit of a grinder of a game. Like maybe a 2 goals at the very end, 80, 90th minute, maybe a 1-0.
So a classic Tottenham win, you're
classic
saying.
Tottenham win.
So they're going to steal Tottenham's performance. Chelsea will win 2-1.
Yes.
You're thinking.
Yes.
2-1
1 goal margin or a late 2 goals.
Okay.
It's not gonna be a pretty win, folks.
Okay, sounds good. So now next we have Crystal Palace and Fulham. I think we're gonna have a little bit of a disagreement because the betting odds were in Fulham's favor. I think Fulham have had a decent transfer window.
Sorry. The betting odds are not in Fulham's favor.
Sorry, they're not in Fulham's favor. I'm just sorry. When I talk betting odds, I talk about winning me money. Fulham are the underdogs. Yes, they are. But they're plus, I think, 285 the last time I checked.
That's rough. That's rough, man.
For every dollar you bet, you win $2.85 for you rookies out there. So yeah, I did bet on Fulham, absolutely, because they are coming off a 4-2 win from Brighton Albion. I'm feeling the win, and also, I like Crystal Palace. They signed my man Marwan Shamakh a couple years ago. They've always had a place in my heart. I was trying to put on that jersey to wear for the podcast today. It was too tight, and I broke it. I broke it. I've put on some weight since I was 5. Anyways, so talking about Crystal Palace and Fulham, Wilfried Zaha is on a red card.
Hey, man. You know what? Yes, he's on a red card.
Yes.
Yes, have Crystal Palace won games without him? Yes.
No, I don't think so.
Yes,
but
they
go on.
have.
Don't remember last
Crystal
one.
Palace just beat Tottenham 2-0.
Okay.
Maybe what? Well, not just beat them, but recently, fairly recently, maybe in the
You're
month.
trying to make your point and you're just making facts up, of course.
Was Wilfried Zaha involved in any assists, any goals? No.
He was on the field.
He was on the field, though. He was on the field, I'll give you that. However, can Crystal Palace get it done one game without Wilfried Zaha? Yes.
Absolutely not.
Can they get it done against Fulham? Even more, yes.
Okay.
Even more, yes. It's not like Crystal Palace is coming against Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, City, Liverpool. It's Fulham, man. Fulham's at the bottom of the table. We're talking your betting odds here. Fulham's win percentage, win probability, 27%.
Okay.
Crystal Palace, 45%. Double. Almost double.
Mm-hmm.
Almost at a overwhelming 50%. Almost at the majority. Crystal Palace is taking this one. I don't know what you're talking about, this Fulham business, but Crystal Palace is taking this one, Kamal.
I think you changed my mind, Phil.
I'm telling you.
I'm looking at the stats right now. So, Crystal Palace, they tied Southampton. They beat Tottenham 2-0. And they only lost to Liverpool 4-3.
Exactly. And you're right. You're right about this Wilfried Zaha.
But Wilfried Zaha,
but I'm telling you,
it's bugging me.
They can get one game. They can get by one game without Wilfried Zaha. And especially if they're going to get by one game without Wilfried Zaha, it's going to be against Fulham.
It's going to be against Fulham.
It's going to be against Fulham because Fulham's at the bottom of the table. They're not doing too hot. I just don't see them. I just don't see them scraping a win against Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace is going to have this one maybe by 2 goals, even without Wilfried Zaha.
Okay. I think we're going to agree to disagree on that one. I am still betting on Fulham for my weekend bets.
Okay.
I believe Mitrovic will score and seal the game against Crystal Palace. That is fine. That you think that Wilfried Zaha doesn't have that big of effect.
He
with
does.
Crystal
No.
Palace?
I'm going to. Don't get me wrong. Wilfried Zaha is Crystal Palace's catalyst per se.
Of course he is.
But it's one game. He's on a red card one game. It's not that hard of a game. They're up against Fulham. They can get it done without him. They can really get it done without him. This is an achievable game without Wilfried Zaha. Crystal Palace is going to come away with the win, I'm telling you.
You know what? And I'm stuck on Crystal here. I'm stuck on Crystal and Fulham. They have Christian Benteke, former just
absolute machine.
Absolute machine.
Absolute
sitting
machine.
on the bench. So
they have talent. They have a talented team.
They do have talent. They do.
Andros Townsend, Jordan Ayew,
Yep.
Danny Ings,
Mamadou Sakho. Yep.
ex-Liverpool. It's like they have talent. Even without Zaha, they can get it done.
Okay, we're gonna agree on Crystal Palace against Fulham.
Change his mind, folks.
Fair enough. Crystal Palace versus Fulham. Crystal Palace is gonna seal the W. I believe in that now. Thank you.
Absolutely,
My Lord and Savior,
baby.
Philip Amorim. All right, next game we are talking about Brighton Hove and Albion versus Watford. Now this is a little bit easier for me.
Me too.
I believe
Me too.
I believe Watford is a great defensive team that know how to capitalize on their attacks,
Absolutely.
and I think Watford is going to take it away.
And Watford has played very well against the top four.
Yes.
This season they've played really well against top four this season. They're a bit of almost a dark horse.
So Brighton Hove and Albion, they signed Iranian international Jahanbakhsh. I don't know how to pronounce it. Jahanbakhsh is his name, and he came from the Netherlands, and he has been a stud this season. But he is on international duty.
He is on international.
He is.
duty.
He's in the Asian Cup.
Ooh.
So he is taken away, and he is one of their main men. Ducore for Watford will be coming back in a few days. I believe he will be fit for the game, and Watford's not missing any more key players. So my vote's going to Watford.
Yeah. It's going to be Watford. I'm looking here, and it said Brighton was missing Jose Izquierdo.
Is Jose Izquierdo too as well?
So that's a big.
They're missing two of the left mid and a right mid. They're missing two of their wingers.
That's a big miss on Brighton.
Glenn Murray can't do it all.
No, Watford's definitely going to come away with this one. Again, dark horse pick. They perform very well against big clubs. The game is also at Watford's home stadium. This is just a spell for Watford.
Absolutely.
This is just an easy dub. I see Watford winning that one through and through.
Now let's talk about this one. Burnley versus Southampton.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to start this one off here.
Okay.
I got Southampton winning this game.
Fair enough.
Who do you got?
I'm looking right now. I'm looking at statistics. Okay.
It's really tough. They're very close in the table. I think they're both on 23 points.
And I also think
they both want to win.
in their last 5 games, Southampton's had 3 draws, 2 wins. Burnley's lost once, had 2 draws and 2 wins. I'm scared.
And the thing is, it's with these teams that are facing relegation.
Yes.
Like they have so much drive to get out of the bottom.
But Burnley's only loss was to Man City. They tied Man U today. Ole Gunnarsson, what's his name? Give me a little.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Solskjaer. Ole Gunnarsson Solskjaer. The Norwegian beauty.
Just an animal.
He's an animal. He was an animal. Absolutely. But that being said, they don't have him to score goals. And Romelu Lukaku is a nice bench warmer for his squad. Marcus Rashford can only do so much, as well as Paul Pogba. We're not talking about Man U right now, though.
Getting a little bit out of him. But regardless, going back to Southampton, Burnley, it's Southampton, I think. It's Burnley is playing at Southampton. They're even on points, 23 points each.
Okay.
Southampton home game. They're going to want to get out of that bottom 4 relegation spot. They're going to have that drive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see this going as a tie. I think Southampton's really going to dig deep and show out in front of their home fans and get that goal, get that win. I'm going to say Southampton here.
We're going to say Southampton.
Absolutely.
I'm tied here.
And look, we got Burnley missing Aaron Lennon.
Johnny Walters and Robbie
But
Brady.
Southampton's missing Charlie Austin, Mario Lemina, and Ryan Bertrand. 3 big players. I don't know.
Charlie's day-to-day. Ryan Bertrand's back in training. They may have him for the game. You know what? I'm going to go Southampton.
I'm still going to stick with my guns there.
Southampton for the win? The Saints?
Southampton for
okay.
the win.
We're the Saints today, boys. We got another tough one.
Cardiff and Bournemouth.
Cardiff City and AFC Bournemouth.
You know how I feel about Bournemouth right now.
They're shysters.
Bournemouth just beat Chelsea.
Not only Bournemouth, my man Joshua King. And then Callum Wilson is coming back into the squad.
And Chelsea wanted to buy Callum Wilson.
He's a goal scoring machine.
That just says who Bournemouth are. They have goal scorers on their team. They have natural talent on their team. They're home. They're at home this game.
They do.
Bournemouth's going to take this one.
I feel for Cardiff City right now. I feel for them. They're going through a tough time. That being said, we're not talking about that in bets. Bets, you know what? They just lost to Arsenal.
Exactly.
Bournemouth is just fucking
They're
hot.
They're hot. They're hot right now.
Just a grease fire, and it cannot be put out with water.
This has potential to win you some good money, I think, this game.
Yeah.
You know, like the odds are very tight against each other. I really think Bournemouth is going to win this one. Like, I don't see Cardiff coming away with a win.
And I don't see Cardiff having natural goal scorers. They don't have anybody with more than 3 goals striker wise. Their only person with more than 3 goals is Colin Peterson, who's a defender.
Wow, a defender.
Yeah, they have up top. They have Niasse Junior Hoylett, the Canadian, with 2 goals. God bless him.
God bless that man.
That's about
God
it.
bless that man.
I don't see Cardiff winning that one. I am for sure going with Bournemouth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Bournemouth, it's not even a question if it's safe or not. It's Bournemouth is going to win this game.
Yeah.
Bournemouth is going to win you money.
Yes.
However, if Bournemouth does lose the game,
they're not going to. I just don't think so.
They're not going to.
I don't think
so
that's even a possibility.
Exactly. That's not even a possibility. I'd put money on Bournemouth. The odds are going to be tight. You have potential to win a lot on this game. Bournemouth for sure. Okay, Kamel. So we got a very important game here for the match week. Leicester City versus Man United.
Yes, we do, Phil. We are in debt to Jamie Vardy. The man is the definition of rags to riches. League 2 legend, now Premier League legend. But the man is just ice cold.
Ice cold, baby.
He is so cold right now.
I'm ice cold.
He's ice cold, baby.
I'm ice cold.
And you know what? Okay. I love Leicester City just as much as the other.
Just as much as you know what? Everybody loves Leicester City.
Everybody
loves Leicester City. Well, there's something wrong with you. If you don't, then you missed that season. And we're talking about that season.
That season, absolutely.
That season.
So, the obvious bet here is Manchester United.
And you know what? I'm going to take the obvious bet.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm absolutely. Paul Pogba has been playing magnificent.
He's the man.
Under Solskjaer.
Yes.
Magnificent under Solskjaer.
It takes him a year to take a penalty, but the man scores every damn penalty he takes.
Martial just signed a new contract.
Absolutely, he did.
The team's looking fantastic.
That being said, Martial is injured.
Yes.
But that also being said,
he's going to fire up the boys. You know, they got the passion. They got the hype. He's going to fire up the boys.
Fires up the boys.
You know, they're flowing passes left and right. Pogba the magician.
Absolutely.
Romelu Lukaku's not so much of a horse anymore. You know, he's getting a bit more goal scoring mentality under Solskjaer.
Yes.
Mourinho out. I like United here, and I think they're going to continue their hot form, and they're going to spank Leicester. I think
they're a little upset that they tied Burnley. I believe they're going to absolutely undress Jamie Vardy, pull his slacks down, give him a hard slap on the ass.
Absolutely.
And they're going to win.
I see it. And you're playing at the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford.
Absolutely.
Come on.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's see. So next up, we got let's talk about West Ham and Liverpool here.
You want to leave the big one for the end, eh?
We'll leave the big one for the end.
Okay.
We'll leave the big match of this match day for the end.
So we have okay. Yes, I'm gonna say we. I'm gonna say we because Phil needs to adapt this mentality. We don't bet against the poolies. The poolies are the club for the boys. They got Mo Salah,
Egyptian legend.
They got Sadio Mane,
African legend.
Senegalian. Phil, do your studying. And they have Bobby, the one-eyed legend, Firmino.
Bobby Firmino.
We
just an absolute work unit. That man.
The guy's fucking insane.
He's a slithery snake when he gets the ball around the box.
Yes.
He's a slithery snake. Cam, striker, he does it all.
Absolutely.
False 9, He does it all.
Yes. And they've been playing. What have they been calling Shaqiri? What's his little name?
Oh my God, he's got a little.
The buff Messi, something like that.
Something like that, because he's been playing unreal, and he comes off the bench.
Not lately.
Starting.
Not lately. He's been starting. Oh, absolutely.
That's interesting.
I'm gonna take a look here.
And you know what? And let's not forget here, this could be Liverpool's year. Liverpool is in for a massive year, and they are first place right now,
Absolutely.
5 points clear.
Yes.
You think they want to drop points against West Ham?
I don't believe so. West Ham have been missing a couple key players for a while. They've learned to adapt quite a little bit, but most importantly, they're missing Marko Arnautovic. That is their man.
Threat. Yeah, he's a huge threat.
If West Ham had Marko Arnautovic, it may have been less of a fight that the Poolies are going to win. But the Poolies always win, and they're going to beat West Ham.
They're going to beat West Ham. They're absolutely going to beat West Ham.
Yes.
And mark my words, if West Ham beats Liverpool, it is going to be a shock upset. And this could be... I'm telling you right now, if West Ham beats Liverpool, this could be really dark times for Liverpool.
Absolutely could.
Because they'll only be up by maybe 1 or 2 points at the top of the league. They're going to be feeling down, and I can see the other teams catching up to Liverpool, maybe even passing them in points. Liverpool has to win. They have to extend that lead at the top. The pressure's on them. They want this trophy. How long has it been since the Premier League? It's been forever.
It's been ages. But you know what I'm scared of, Phil? So Liverpool tied Leicester City in their last game.
Okay.
They're missing a right back. They're missing a right back. This is their first game without a right back. And
who have they lined up? Okay, so let's check. So they tied against Leicester City.
Yep.
And their lineup, they had Jordan Henderson playing right back.
Yes, they did. It started off with Jorginho Wijnaldum, and then Henderson took the place.
But you know what? That's a captain's duty, Camille. Jordan Henderson, captain of Liverpool, that's a captain's duty to sort of give it your all.
My man James Milner should be stepping back at right back. I don't know what Liverpool are thinking right now.
Is he on the bench there?
I don't even... No, he wasn't, but I don't know
he
if
wasn't
he's
even on the bench there.
He must be injured.
He must be, because
they wouldn't leave James out.
No, they wouldn't. Jordan Henderson is obviously the second captain under James.
Under James, of course.
But you know what? He stepped up to the plate, played right back. I don't think that right back position is an issue. I think Liverpool can pull it off.
Liverpool has enough tools.
Oh, they have Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Yep.
Holding mid. Naby Keita. Holding mid.
And Fabinho as a sub.
Bobby, Mane, Salah, Shaqiri.
Yeah.
What can you ask for?
What
else could you ask for? Nothing. Sturridge on the bench.
Danny Sturridge, the man. Dan the man.
Allison and net.
Allison, yes.
Like, it's just...
You're right. They have too many tools.
Too many.
The thing about Leicester is they don't have tools on the bench. They hardly have tools in their starting 11.
Exactly.
Vardy needs help. He doesn't have help, and he is ice cold. Final bet is going for ding ding Liverpool.
Liverpool, baby.
Now this is gonna be what I lose sleep over.
This is a very interesting game. I like this one. I like this pick here.
Manchester City.
Let me pull it up here.
Versus Arsenal is our next little debate.
Sorry, Manchester City.
That's what I said. Manchester City.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Leicester.
No, sorry, Manchester. I gotta enunciate for Phil better. Manchester City versus Arsenal. The Gunners. The Gunners.
I hate Arsenal.
I'm not a big Arsenal guy either.
I hate Arsenal.
I'm not a big Arsenal guy.
And Arsenal just signed Denis Suarez on loan.
They did.
From Barcelona.
Who's a stud?
He is a stud.
And
he's gonna grow up to be. He's gonna grow
up to be a big boy.
He's gonna be a big boy. He's gonna be a big
boy. He's gonna be a big beefy boy.
I see it.
Absolutely.
But talking about this game, who do you got, Camille?
Okay, so I'm a dreamer. The betting website I use, which will remain unnamed until a betting website chooses to sponsor us.
We're taking
sponsorships. It put Arsenal as a plus 800. So for every dollar I bet, it would give me
plus
800. So every dollar I bet would give me $8.
And folks, let's remember here, Man City lost their last game
2-1
to Newcastle of all teams, and Arsenal is still the underdogs here.
Yes, and so in their last 3 games, Man City has beat So they lost to Newcastle 2-1, beat Burnley 5-0, which isn't that much of an accomplishment, and only beat Burton Albion, which I believe is a League One or Championship team, 1-0, and they had the boys out there. Gabriel Jesus was playing striker, De Bruyne was playing, so I must say I'm a little scared. That being said, Pep has something to prove right now. Pep's a little scary.
You know what, he's not used to the second place feeling.
No,
especially behind Liverpool of all teams. He probably hates that.
Absolutely
Hates that. And is he gonna let the gap get even bigger? I don't think so.
You don't think so? See,
I don't think so.
but nobody would think so, right? Anybody who's a Man City fan wouldn't.
I think City's gonna dominate possession. They're gonna do their City thing. It's gonna be Sergio Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, David Silva. You know, they're gonna work their magic. I think they're gonna just slither their way to maybe a 2-0 win, 3-0 win. I think Arsenal has no chance of winning this game.
Okay, see, that's where I disagree with you, Phil. I'm gonna bet for the Dreamers today. Plus 800.
It's a big moneymaker. That's a big moneymaker on a top four team.
Too fired up. Yes, absolutely.
On a
it's a top four team.
There's potential for a huge payout.
So, I like the formation Arsenal played last game against Cardiff. It was a 4-3-1-2. They had Lacazette and Aubameyang up top. Each scored a goal. God bless them. Mesut Ozil as an attacking mid. They had El Nini, Guendouzi, and Torreira as their defensive mids. And Lichtsteiner, Mustafi, Monreal, and Kolasinac. Arsenal are having center back issues right now. A lot of their center backs are...
They've always had center back issues.
Are injured,
though.
yes.
Yeah.
They were supposed to get Mehdi Benatia, who did go away to Qatar.
Poor guy.
God bless the kid. He's going to make 5 million euros a year now. So
just getting paid.
Yeah, he's just getting paid and laid and just absolutely
having the
fired up.
Life.
So
anyway, so it was a 2-1 game. Newcastle won it. But when you look at it, Newcastle scored in the 80th minute as a penalty, and Aguero scored in the first minute. That's what City does. That's City's mentality. That's what they do. They have Aguero.
Well, their mentality, it looks like, is Newcastle is a bottom 10 team, so we're going to not play as hard against them. But Arsenal are creeping up, and I don't think, you know what? I just don't think you're going to change my mind on this one.
I got City. I don't see the Gunners winning this. I don't even see a tie. You know, City's going to be playing for that win. They don't want to fall even more behind in the title race. City are title contenders.
Okay.
Some can argue that they're even better than Liverpool.
That's a...
But that's for another time.
That is a shit argument. But go on, yep.
You know, City's going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
Arsenal, and I feel like Arsenal's going to be beating their heads.
Okay.
Because
so
they're
this
going to be
what's going to
disappointed
happen
about the loss.
And
let's remember, it's also they're playing at Arsenal.
Yeah.
You know, that could factor in, but I still see City winning it.
Okay. So for anybody who wants to win money, listen to my voice. It is a plus 800 on the betting site I use, unnamed.
Taking sponsors, by the way.
Taking sponsors. I want some money. If I bet $5, a measly $5 on Arsenal,
that's $40.
That's $40. If I bet a measly, I don't know, 50, that's 400.
But put it this way. If Arsenal loses this game and you bet on them, I would never bet on Arsenal again.
Against a top 5
against
team?
a top 4 team.
Against a top 4 team.
Against a top 4. They just cannot get it done against the top 4 teams.
Okay.
I just don't see it happening. I don't see it happening.
Okay. Let me just check here. I just want to double check the form they've been in.
I'll pull it up here. We got
Arsenal beat Chelsea 2-0 recently.
You know what? Chelsea's been shitting the bed. So
they lost to Man U 3-1, but that was in the cup.
Yes.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
It's an FA Cup match. Irrelevant.
Arsenal beat Cardiff yesterday.
And
they lost to West Ham
1-0. That was a little mishap.
They beat Fulham 4-1. They tied Brighton. And then they also got smashed by Liverpool 5-1.
Well, what do you expect? It's the fucking Poolies.
It's the Poolies, baby. And the Poolies, almost practically the same squad they're running out for their game this week.
Arsenal looks to be playing very defensive as well, with the 3 center defensive mids. I'm going Stern with my wallet on my sleeve, and I am betting on Arsenal to beat Manchester City.
You like it, eh?
I do like it. I like it for my wallet. I like it for my heart, and I just like it in general.
I think I don't see it. I don't see Arsenal. They beat Chelsea 2-0, but right now Chelsea can lose to anybody.
Okay.
Right now Chelsea can lose to anybody. Yeah, they're a top 4, top 5 team. However, they caught them at a really low time. I don't think that means anything. I think if you look at their other games where they got smashed by Liverpool,
Yes.
they only beat West Ham 1-0. I feel like they're not hot on their form. I feel like City is going to take this game away, and they're going to take this away 2-0. For sure.
Okay. So, I'm picking Arsenal.
I got City.
All right. So that leaves us to the end. Let's just go review quickly about who we have. We're just going to go fired out right now. Tottenham and Newcastle. Tottenham. Everton and Wolves. Crystal Palace and Fulham.
I got Crystal Palace.
I got Fulham.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Chelsea and Huddersfield. Just a reminder, Crystal Palace doesn't have Wilfried Zaha. Chelsea and Huddersfield. Chelsea.
I have Chelsea.
Of course.
Yeah.
Brighton and Watford. Watford.
Okay.
So Phil and I agree on most of them so far. Burnley and Southampton. We got the Saints.
The Saints, yeah.
Yep, Southampton. Cardiff and Bournemouth. Okay. Leicester and Manchester United. Man U. Yep. Man City and Arsenal.
City.
I got Arsenal.
And this is the biggest game. This is the biggest game of the match day.
It's the biggest game of the match day. It could win you some money. The betting odds are minus 325 for Man City. So if you're wanting,
it's got to be a big bet. It's got to be a big bet.
If you're thinking Man City is going to win, I don't think the risk is worth betting on Man City. I think the risk is worth betting on Arsenal, though.
And you know what? And your value there, I won't agree, or I won't disagree with that.
Okay.
Because your value there,
the value's right,
and your logic is totally right.
But you're not going to agree with me.
Like Arsenal at a plus 800 against City, like it's definitely achievable.
It's achievable.
But I'm not going to agree with you with the pick, though.
Of course, you don't have to.
No.
You just have to agree that I'm a betting wizard.
Tremendous betting value there, though.
Yes,
Tremendous betting value
absolutely.
on Arsenal.
Okay. So, that being said, that wraps up the Rags to Riches podcast, number 1, January 30th, 2019. I appreciate every single one of you guys listening to our first podcast. It's only going to get better from here.
Absolutely.
We will be recording our podcast every Wednesday, uploading Thursday. For your betting needs, you can listen to us. You have Thursday and Friday to listen to us before the games get going. We will recap our betting odds
next week.
Every podcast following. This is our first, so we have nothing to go on. That being said,
I think it's going to be a solid week. I'm going to be happy if I get so we didn't agree on 2 of them.
Yeah.
So I will be happy. Let's say I just got those 2 wrong. If we got 6 out of 8 of them correct.
Yes, Phil and I are agreeing on them. We agreed on most. We have 2 differences. That's fine.
6 out of the 8 of them correct. You got potential for money there, and I think that's going to be a profit in the end for sure.
Yeah. Or no, 8 out of the 10. There's 10 matchups.
10 matches. Sorry. 8 out of 10 matchups.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
If I have anything less than 8 out of 10 matchups. And that also means there's going to be some big upsets if that does occur.
So Phil and I we're going to start with season 1 of our podcast. We're going to start with $10 in each of our betting wallets, and we're going to see where that leaves us at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's say if we do reach down to 0, we do reload another $10, but we factor that into our winnings and such, and
of course
figure it out. And at the end of the season, we're halfway through the season right now. At the end of the season, we'll tell you our winnings, our profits, our losses, and tell you where we went wrong. Moral
of the story is we're gonna get rich together.
We're gonna get it's the Rags to Riches podcast.
Rags to Riches podcast.
Never bet against the poolies.
Never bet against. There's a few rules we're gonna go by. We have yet to confirm them. We will agree on the rules with our audience, and we will come together as one. But number 1 rule is never bet against the poolies.
Absolutely never bet against the poolies. Animals, bunch of animals in that team.
Bunch of just fucking animals. Thanks for listening, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Like it, subscribe. We will be on iTunes soon. Hopefully, we are pending right now.
Try to get SoundCloud and Spotify as well.
Spotify.
Yeah, depending on where you guys want to listen.
Yeah.
We're trying to get you out to every platform here.
Every platform we can.
To make it as easy as we can.
Of course.
But yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening, guys.
I think that's where we're gonna end. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, follow us on Twitter at Rags to Riches Podcast. Tweet us. We will be doing live updates if anything changes, if any injuries happen, if we get a little shaky legged. Other than that, come back next week to listen to the podcast number 2. Thank you guys. Kamal Shiwa signing off.
Later, baby.
Thank you.